Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Carl Mingers. This is Aaron Burns. We are WRME Live, Weikert Realtors, Main Edge in Mustang, Oklahoma. Okay, today we are going to be talking a little bit about Homestead Exemption. Man, episode 90. Can you believe that?
I know, it's been
we got a good bunch of information for you today. How many of you actually know much about Homestead Exemption? Probably not many. I can almost bet you that right now. And when you bought your house, you went to title company and everything, and everybody says, well, you need to file for Homestead Exemption. Okay, and it'll save you about $100 a year, which that is kind of right. Okay, but the biggest difference between Homestead Exemption and not having Homestead Exemption is if you have Homestead Exemption, your taxes are capped at 3% increase a year.
Right.
Okay. If you don't have Homestead Exemption, your taxes are going to go up probably at least 5% a year. Okay.
Which I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
So that 2% can
see, a lot of
huge
people just don't
difference.
want to mess. They're going to save $100. They don't really want to mess with it. Okay. I put together a little chart. In our market, the average house is $275,000, and they generally stay in the house 7 years. Okay,
right.
So that's right at $1,400. That's $200 a month that's saved. Okay, over 10 years that'd be $3,200. Okay, that's a pretty good difference. Okay, and when you're looking at houses, you'll be looking at them, two of them almost identical, right next to each other, and one of them the taxes will be like $3,400, and the other one will be like $4,000. You're like, well, this doesn't make any sense. And sometimes neighbors don't even make.
Right.
They're like, well, why is his taxes $500 cheaper than mine? Okay, well, that's because you didn't file for Homestead Exemption, and over time that really adds up. And if you just took 10 years on a $275,000 house, that's $3,200. Okay, and if you wonder why some people have a little more money than other people, smart money and smart people, they chase the pennies and dimes and stuff like that. They take that money, you take that $3,200 and put it in a 401k or any other investment.
Right.
You're ahead. Okay, just by taking the time to go to your county website, Oklahoma Tax Commission 921 in Oklahoma, is downloadable right there. You can fill it out in 5 minutes, send it in, and you're covered.
Right.
Now, it only applies to your permanent residence.
Your main house.
Right. And it can only go from January 1 through. So if you bought a house in like September, you can't file for a Homestead Exemption until January 1st. Well, you can, it'll go into effect then. But, just fill out the paperwork. It's a simple deal.
And note that when you buy a house, you fill out a paperwork at the title, but then the tax commission will send you something else to your new address. So you got to watch for that stuff.
Well, a lot of people just take that because it comes just like this, and has some instructions with it and a form that says this is not required.
And they
Throw it
drop
off in the trash. Yeah.
And that's where they get you.
That's crazy. It's just a good thing. Because if I was working with the buyer and I said, okay, well, we're going to make sure you fill out this, don't ignore it, and you're going to save $3,200 over the next 10 years, they're going to
Right.
pay attention. Okay, and there's different kinds of exemptions. There's a double homestead exemption if you make less than $20,000 a year. There's a senior property valuation freeze. Then, there's also the 100% disabled veterans exemption.
Yes,
Okay.
I've actually dealt with one of those. I was selling the property, so I had to make note that there was 0 taxes because he had the disabled veteran status. So there's no way for me to let the new buyers know how much taxes would be for them.
Right, and see, when you go to closing, there's no taxes to put in escrow.
Right.
Because there hasn't been any taxes done, and the taxes are done in arrears. Sometimes they will do an estimated tax, but more than likely after the first year, when you get your real tax bill in November,
Yep.
your payment's going to go up because that's going to have to go into escrow.
Yes.
Okay. And a lot of people get a little bit confused by that. Matter of fact, they get irritated if they don't know about that.
And usually I let the title company know, and the title company was awesome and helped the buyers understand.
Good morning, Ann. How are you doing today out there? All right. Wow, it looks like we had more on our pre-show than we have right now.
We do.
We must have bored them out of their skull. Or
we
educated them. We do an internal show before our 9 o'clock show. So that kind of warms us up and helps us get through some of the clunky paperwork and get used to everything.
Applications must be completed between January 1st and March 15th, or within 30 days if you receive an increase in valuation notice.
Right.
So it's important to get on that.
Yes, now, being on the Equalization Board and the Excise Board at Canadian County, I have learned so much about this stuff. It's really great how the county works out there. I tell you, I've went out to the county and looked up deeds and stuff like that, and they've always been very friendly and stuff like that. But I tell you what, it's the nicest group of folks I've ever really worked around, and everybody is so knowledgeable, and they work really hard. I mean, they all have a specific job to do, and they do a really good job with it. But if you go in there to look up property records or oil, mineral rights stuff, they'll just help you. They're the friendliest folks in the world. I like being associated with them. Okay, what you got going today?
Oh, let's see. I get to go meet with an owner. I'm helping a gentleman and his sister get their house ready to list. So we're painting, new carpet, a few minor repairs. See, we do it all.
Yeah, I've got a new listing on Pawnee Court Way, and the owner of the house was letting somebody live there for quite a while for free, and they moved out last week and turned off all the utilities, and everybody knows how cold it is. So we're scrambling, trying to get. Of course, we didn't get any keys or anything else. It's been a crazy deal, but you can't have your utilities turned off in this kind of weather.
Right.
We're supposed to have the coldest weather of the year this weekend, so we've got to have those utilities.
Yes. So take care of your pipes. Make sure.
Oh yeah.
Doors are open, cabinet doors, all that good stuff.
Yeah, on all our rentals, we send out notices to everybody that, here's what you got to do, or you're going to have a pipe freeze.
Oh, you'll see those signs out in front of apartment complex, freeze warning and all that.
Right. And most people know what to do.
Right.
Not that they know what to do, but they learn what to do. But we have a whole new generation that don't understand pipes freezing. It's not fun when your carpet is soaking wet.
No, and
all
it's
the way
cold.
through the house. It's a bad deal. Okay, well, what else do we need to talk to them about today?
So anyway, we're a full service. In other words, Carl, we do all. If you need help finding contractors or handymen, we'll help with that. If you need help coordinating it, like I'm helping with this one. Sometimes it takes 2 agents for one client. We don't mind that. Yep. So, hold on.
You go take care of that. Oh, I'll tell you what. I went out to feed Frosty this morning. I was going to give him some extra bologna that we had, kind of getting a little bit green.
Right.
And he turned his nose up at it. And I had to give him the starving dogs in China speech, And he finally took it and went and buried it. But that's pretty sad when you got to do that to your dog. It just is.
I would have loved to see the starving dog speech for China.
He answered back that all the dogs, are being, not starving in China. I mean, he talks with his eyes.
Right.
But he did. He took the bologna and went and buried it. My wife would be so happy. She's not a big bologna fan.
Right.
Okay. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up. I guess a little bit short today. We are Weichert Realtors, Mustang, Oklahoma. If you have any questions on real estate, have something you want to discuss, or if we can help you with anything, I love evaluating properties.
Right.
I do a lot of investment stuff like that.
Or if you think you might be going into a situation where you might need take care of the home before you get in a bad situation.
Yep.
Let us know.
Now, what I specialize in that, helping people,
Well,
not get into a bad
we'd
situation.
rather help you before you have to do a short sale or, heaven
'Cause we
forbid
don't like short
foreclosure. No.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up. We're Weichert Realtors Main Edge, where we do real life, real world real estate every day. Come see us and put some comments in the bottom.
Bye.